Well, here it is, folks. This is what we're going to be making today. It's a baked fennel. Oh, it is so good. Well, howdy, folks. Welcome back to my kitchen. This is Texas Cooking Today. I'm Stuart, and today we're going to be cooking some fennel. Now, if you've never heard of it, fennel, this guy right here. Now, in the United States, in a lot of grocery stores, you're going to see it listed as anise, okay? You're in the grocery store, you see this thing that you've never seen before, maybe, and it says anise, okay? A-N-I-S-E. And you're wondering, what is that? This is a very common vegetable in Europe and throughout the Mediterranean. It's very common, very popular in Italy, all right? It goes well in soups and stews, and it is a fabulous flavored vegetable. Generally, when you see it in soups and stews, it's the stems, the green part. Also the leaves, these here. But in the United States, we also call this little seed fennel, or excuse me, anise. And the seed, which is in our spice sections, anise, is from the same plant, okay? So it is the seeds off of this. So I like to really call the stems and the bulb fennel, and to call the leaves and the seeds anise, and I just leave it at that. Okay, now today I'm going to show you how to cook up the bulb on this. It's delicious, it's not hard to do, and once you've tasted it, I'll bet you'll cook it again. Come on over. All right, fennel, it is not a difficult vegetable to cook, but there's a few things you need to know about it if you've never cooked it. Now, if you have cooked it, you already know how very tough and fibrous the stalks and the bulb and everything else is, okay? It is a very fibrous plant. It's not a bad thing. It's just one of its characteristics, folks. Now, this part, save it. Use it, like I said, in soups and stews. Cut it up, add it in just like you would any other vegetable, like if it were celery or if it were an onion. Use it the same way in soups and stews, okay? Oh, I will mention, when it comes to cutting these stems, cut them no longer than about 1/4 of an inch, okay, right? Because the roughage, the fiber that's in the stalks can be somewhat difficult to chew, all right? All right, on the bottom we have a nice little callus there. I'm just going to remove that. And even with a sharp knife, it can be difficult, so be patient with it if you run into a difficulty. I removed a little bad spot there. So here we have it. Now I'm getting this wonderful sweet aroma. It's almost a licorice-like aroma. Not identical, but similar. And it is quite pleasant. Now I'm going to push this straight down so I can half it to begin with. Now here's one way you can cook it. You can just half these things and cook it just like this. But I think, you know, if you want that as a single portion, that's great. You don't have to do it that way. You can quarter it. You can cut it into whatever size pieces you would like. I'm going to just quarter it down. I want to break it down even further, just like this. So here's the thing. This has to be long cooked. It's not going to prep or cook up in 15 minutes. You're going to need to put this in a dish and give it about 45 minutes to an hour in the oven, and then test it with a fork to make sure it's fork tender. Otherwise, it won't be tender enough to enjoy. Let's use this and get it all cooked up in that. Now, I have my oven. It's preheating at 350 degrees. I'm going to be putting these in just a moment. Now, something that I would like to mention, there's different things you can put over this that I think makes it just a wonderful dish. You can put stuff like butter on here. You can put olive oil on it. You can put Parmesan cheese, a little bit of salt. All of these things really work well for it, okay? So do yourself a favor and prep it up as you would like. drizzle a little olive oil over it. A little bit of salt. And looky here, now I got some of that grated Parmesan cheese, and I think you can use fresh Parmesan or you can use this stuff right here that comes with the sawdust included. You know, if you look on a bottle of grated Parmesan, you'll see cellulose, and then they will include the wording, added to prevent caking. Well, if you've ever noticed, it always cakes, so obviously that isn't the issue, is it? I think it's more like, if we add sawdust, we can stretch the product. Now, that's just my opinion, of course. There's no fact behind it, but I've wondered for years. All right, here. So here's the thing. We want to cook this thing covered. It's important it be covered. And that is because it needs the steam to help it cook. That is my oven telling me it's ready to go. And this is ready to go. So let's get it in there. Alrighty. Time to get this in the oven and get it cooked. I want to set my timer for 45 minutes. I'll check it at that point. And I just use a fork. Push a fork in. It's either fork tender or it's not. All right, this has been in the oven now for about an hour. I just pulled it out. Oh, looky there. That's what I was hoping to see. See how that fork slides in and out very easily? That's fork tender, folks. That's what we're looking for. And this looks perfect. Now, if you want, you can put it in there and brown it off a little bit more, or just enjoy it the way it is. That's what I'm going to do. It's a great vegetable. Can't wait to taste. Okay, let's put a little bit up here on my plate. Absolutely beautiful. Folks, tell you what, it's a side dish, but it is a delicious one. Give it a shot. You're going to enjoy it. Let's take a nice close-up look at that. Oh, looky there. That is truly an elegant dish for a simple vegetable. Alrighty, tell you what, I was looking forward to this. Beautiful, tender. You see, the thing is, as you see, if you cook it right, very tender. Folks, you know something I like about fennel? Like an onion, when you cook it, it becomes sweet. The only thing contrasting the sweetness here is that salt, butter, and that Parmesan cheese. And it makes such a perfect combination. Man, this is fantastic. I'm really going to enjoy this. I'm going to be putting some shrimp with it later and just enjoying myself. Thank you very much for watching. Please try out my other recipes. Take a look at my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, we'll do so. And click the bell also. That way you get notified when I put up new recipes. Also, drop a comment down below and click that like button. It really helps me out a lot. The comments, I do read those, folks, every single one of them. And thank you very much for those of you who have left comments. I do appreciate it. So if you would, please have a good day. Enjoy your fennel and, well, perfect side dish. Bye-bye.